Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday, Victor Vikings. Another Spirit Assembly. It's interesting. I got a couple of questions about 3 or 4 weeks ago. A couple of our students asked, why do we do some of our assembly here outside? And I realized, we have a lot of new students who haven't really been on campus since last March, a year ago March. And this is basically the area where we normally do our Spirit Assembly. And if Miss Taylor shows you, normally we have our whole entire school out here on the blacktop. It's empty right now, except for our kiddos here who are having lunch. And so this is why we want to kind of have some continuity with our school being virtual, where we at least have the Spirit Assembly where we normally have it. For those of you who've been part of our Spirit Assemblies in the past, we'd always be out here. So we just kind of want to do it for that connectivity. And then we do have some 5th grade students who are distance learning, doing distance learning. We want to include them in our Spirit Assemblies. So when we have those students, we'll do it via Zoom. And that, like last week with Mrs. Page's students, that was via Zoom. So you'll see us doing it in different places, and that's the reason why. So hopefully I've answered your question. All right, so today we have Isha and Hideo. Come on over here, Hideo. They're going to help us out with our Spirit Assembly. They are from Mr. Atkinson's class, so they'll be here helping us out. All right, so Isha, I'm going to have you come up and you'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, okay? All right.
So put your right
You can take your mask off so we can hear you. Yeah.
So put your right hands over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now you're going to do two.
And now Mr. Wright will lead us to the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Everybody knows our Victor Vikings. Victor Vikings are respectful.
Victor Vikings are respectful.
Victor Vikings are responsible.
Victor Vikings are responsible.
Victor Vikings are safe.
Victor Vikings are safe.
And Victor Vikings always give their best effort.
Victor Vikings always give their best effort.
Now Miss Taylor will announce the Students of the Month's recognition.
Good morning, Victor Vikings. It's time to recognize the Students of the Month for 3rd grade. In Ms. Chu's class, we have Lauren Yoshimura for being a kind and respectful Victor Viking. And we have Kaylani Wang for being a kind and responsible Victor Viking. In Mr. Gonzalez's class, we have Ryan Jin for being an amazing mathematician and Tony Chen for being a radical reader. In Ms. Nakano's class, we have Abishruda and Reedy for 4 Operation Fact Masters. In Mrs. Shortell's class, we have Eleanor Kelly for academic excellence, and Caitlin Chun for outstanding effort. In Ms. Rickhouse's class, we have Ju-Young Chang for improved participation, as well as Natalie Ozaki for having excellent writing skills. In Ms. Sutton's class, we have Avery McLaughlin for being respectful and kind, and Jacob Berberina for showing best effort in writing. In Mrs. Pop's class, we have Larissa Coletti for giving 100% effort in all areas, as well as Arthur Vicente for giving 100% effort in all areas. And moving on to the second graders. In Ms. Meyer's class, we have Emmanuel Adamu for always following the Victor values every day, as well as Miriam Kazi for always following the Victor values every day. From Ms. Kylie's class, we have Caleb McCarter for always being respectful, and Shuli Sakugawa for always giving her best effort. And from first grade, we have Ms. Yamasaki's class, Olivia Unguez for being a rising royal reader and golden star, and Nithra Shyam for being having sparkling bright effort and being a rising star reader. All right? And now on to some announcements.
And that is why Mrs. Taylor says these things and not me. All right, way to go, third graders as well as our second graders and first graders in Ms. Yamasaki's class. Next week, we're going to recognize our fourth graders. So let's see who will be our students of the month next week in fourth grade. Way to go. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to be doing some announcements. On Thursday, we'll have the restaurant night at the Loft. Please be sure to check out the flyer that was sent by the E-Blast. Help support Victor PTA while eating some delicious Hawaiian food.
Okay.
Do you want a chance to win a brand new car? Support the Torrance Education Foundation car raffle. Information can be found in yesterday's e-blast. And then, do you want to do or do you want me to do?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Talent show. Yes, you heard that right. Be sure to read yesterday's e-blast about our upcoming talent show. Talent show tryouts.
All right, it's Victor Voucher time. Thank you, Hideo and Isha for making those announcements. Excited we're having a talent show. It's going to be interesting to see how that is virtually, but it should be pretty cool. We'll see come May, right? But those tryouts will be happening, so make sure you check those e-blasts. All right, so let's recognize our Victor Voucher recipients. From Ms. Tokunaga's class, we have Nishita for always being respectful. For Mrs. Christian's kindergarten class, we have Olivia Chu for best effort and making new friends. Way to go, Olivia. And also Callie Irby for being a respectful Victor Viking. Mrs. Lee students, Emma and Brianna, for being responsible and for completing their work with their best effort. Way to go. Mrs. Gaunt's kindergartners, Ellie and Asuki, actually my apologies, Ellie for being a homework rock star. In other words, giving her best effort during her homework time. We have Asuki for his best effort using English. Way to go, Asuki. I love hearing that. All right, Miss Harai's kindergartners, we have Sharif and Bella for always giving their best effort. Mrs. Paulson students, Lexi and Mateus, for being awesome all-around Victor Viking voucher followers, Victor Value followers, sorry. All right. Mrs. Snyder's first graders, we have Akshara for following all Victor values and Akil for best effort. Miss May's first graders, Christian for being responsible and responsible teacher helper, and Rashi for best effort. Mrs. Rutland's first graders, we have Benji for being respectful and Bonnie for giving her best effort. I'm proud of you, Bonnie, way to go. Mrs. Holdsworth's first graders, we have Zainab for best effort and Joshua for being respectful. Mrs. Diatalevi students, we have Mohammed for following all 4 Victor values, as well as Mai for always following all 4 Victor values. Way to go. Mrs. Yamasaki's first graders, we have Yan for best effort and Sai for best effort. Mrs. Childer's second graders, we have Farhan for always being respectful and Han for always being safe. Miss Meyer's second graders, we have Ruger for being respectful and Cindy for showing all 4 Victor values. Way to go, Cindy. Miss Rosendaal's second graders, Zahn for being a responsible and respectful Victor Viking, and Apiksha for following all 4 Victor values. Moving along to third grade, for Mrs. Pup's class, we have Larissa and Arthur for giving 100% effort in all areas. Mr. Nakano's third graders, we have Aditya for best effort, and Reedy for showing all 4 Victor values. Mrs. Rakowski's students, we have Veronica for best effort, and we have Oliver for always being respectful. So many kids today. This is great to hear. Great to see. Miss Chu's third graders. Sorry, Mrs. Chu. Miss Chu's third graders. We have Kenzie for being respectful, and Omar for having great participation. Mrs. Shortell's students in third grade. We have Liam, and for showing great respect, and Rishi for having best effort. In our fourth grader students, we have Karthika for always showing all 4 Victor values, and Louis for showing respect. Ms. Perez, fourth graders, we have Anam, and Anam for being responsible, and Jonathan for being respectful. Mrs. Sopko's fourth graders, we have Joey for super best effort, and Chloe for being responsible. In Mrs. Fields' class, for best effort and going above and beyond, let's recognize Marcus, her 5th grade student. And for being super respectful and flexible, let's recognize Jalen Eddington, who's our wonderful 3rd grader. Mrs. Fink's 5th graders, we have Nicholas for being responsible, and Rylan, that's also for being responsible. In Mr. Magnus's class, we have Deeptha for showing all 4 Victor values, and Phoebe for showing all 4 Victor values. And Mrs. Blevin's 5th graders, we have Shurya for giving her best effort on Achieve 3000, and we have Kaylee for being respectful and always being on task. And we did forget one 5th grade class. One 3rd grade class. We're going to recognize it right now. We have Mrs. Sutton's 3rd graders. Christian for being respectful, having great respectful communication with classmates, and Lana for best effort and being respectful. That was a lot of vouchers. Keep them going. We've been observing a lot of classes, both here on campus and online. And I'll tell you, we have the best students. We have the smartest students. I was listening to a 2nd grade lesson today, and the kids were talking about a beautiful book about an Indian man who grew a forest. And when I heard the teacher's question, which was a very high-level question, and the students' responses, I could have sworn I was listening to students in a 5th grade class. They were so thoughtful and precise and articulate. And I'm going, this is 2nd grade? I'll tell you, our Victor Vikings are just amazing students. I don't want to say which 2nd grade class it was, but you know who I'm talking about. But great job. I've seen it in so many ways, both online and in here on campus. So keep up the good work, Victor Vikings. We are so very proud of you. Keep up the great work.
Okay, now we're going to be recognizing the students with 100% spirit. So first we have Miss Christian's class.
Way to go, Miss Christian.
Miss Fields,
Way to go, Miss Fields.
Then we have Miss Pop.
Way to go, Miss Pop.
Miss Snyder,
Miss Snyder.
Then we have Miss Paulson.
Miss Paulson.
Miss Mays,
Miss
Then we
Mays.
have Miss Harai.
Way to go, Miss Harai.
Mr. Genuine,
Way to go, Mr. Genuine.
Now we have Miss Childers.
Miss Childers.
Miss Blevins,
Way to go, Blevins.
Now we have Miss Mayers.
Miss Myers. Way to go.
Miss Sutton.
And way to go, Miss Sutton. That was a lot of students. That's awesome. All right, do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so.
No? All good? How about say have a great Wednesday?
Have a good Wednesday.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good Wednesday.